Hello everyone and welcome to the world of business communication. Now in today's video I am going to talk about the emails, right? So we are going to talk about the emails, uses of emails, different types of emails that we have, and then how to write the emails. I'm going to share some phrases or some common expressions that can be used in drafting your emails, because no matter what business you are in, if it is a business, emails are a part of it. So let's begin with this. This discussion is going to be about writing effective emails. So indirectly, we are talking about email English. And at the end of this session, I assume you should be able to appreciate the importance of email etiquette in professional situations, along with learning some useful expressions for writing and replying to the email. So let's get started then. Today, this is going to be a discussion on writing effective emails. And this session is going to make sure that you learn to appreciate the importance of email etiquette in professional situations. You learn some useful expressions for writing and replying to emails. Why is email etiquette important? Well, email etiquette is especially important in the workplace to sound polite, because the other person may not get to see you there. The only representation or the only aura that the person is going to have of yours is going to be your word, the word that you are sharing, the way you are crafting your email, right? So let's talk about the importance of email etiquettes. Most of the business communication is done using emails. Email etiquette conveys messages to employees clearly, and it also encourages them to respond appropriately. Moving next, the basics of email etiquette. The very first one being, ensure that you use email as a way of communicating only if it is required. Now that means if your work or task can be done over a phone call, or you think a face-to-face meeting would do the task better, then go ahead with it instead of sending an email. Next, do not share private details via emails, and also ensure to manage the emails in relevant folders for backup or better organization. Well, this has got nothing to do with your communication, but it is just for your organization part, as we are talking about overall email etiquettes. And now I would like you to have a look at an example given here. So as you can see, there is an email written, and the email has got something which is not appropriate, right? So I want you to spend a few seconds on this email, and whatever your feedback is, please note it down. Points to keep in mind while writing an email. So your emails should be appropriate with proper spelling and grammar. The email should be clear, professional, respectful and polite. It should contain a subject line and at the same time proofread. So this is something that you should be doing regularly. Before you press the button send, don't forget to proofread your emails. Now this video is divided into two sections. The first half of the video, or the first half of the slides, is about writing an email for different purposes, and the second half is going to deal with replying to the emails. Let's get started with the first one, that is writing an email. So the code of conduct is always begin by greeting the person. Ensure that you confirm your identity if the person does not know you. It's always good to put a reference there. The reference of identification, how you know the person or where did you meet that person. Writing clearly and formally will help the person understand the purpose of the email. Preparing the content of your email beforehand will help you write a crisp and relevant email. Use appropriate grammar and punctuation while writing the content of the email. Next, you can have a look at writing an email for status update, and you can see there are certain appropriate expressions given which can be used. I assume you have had a look at this, so I am moving on to the next slide. That is writing an email for scheduling a meeting. Again, you can see there are some expressions given for your references. Moving on to writing an email asking for information. Now, after that, we come to replying to an email. Now, while you are replying to an email, again, the same things we are going to take into consideration: being appropriate, proper spelling and grammar, clear, planned, professional, respectful and polite, contain subject line, and proofread. So the first email here is replying to an email, and it says always begin by greeting the person. It's a good idea to thank the sender at the very beginning. Being formal and responsive to the sender will enhance the communication process. Read the complete email carefully before replying or forwarding. Use appropriate grammar and punctuation while writing the content of the email. And in case you don't know the sender, reply to the email asking for his or her details. Then we have some useful tips for replying to an email. Now, the first one being very important: always choose carefully between the reply and reply all buttons. Reply all if the reply is supposed to be going to all of them. If you want to write a new email, add a new subject line to avoid confusion. Do not delete the message of the sender to maintain the chain of the mail intact. And ensure that you check the need to forward the email. It is good to verify the recipients of the mail before forwarding it. Now, having a look at replying to an email for a status update. To replying to an email for an invitation to a meeting. Replying to an email for providing information. And that happens to be the last slide here. So practicing these exercises will help you in becoming better at the art of business email writing. I'm sure you are definitely going to practice and practice, because a practice makes a man perfect. Thank you for your time. Stay safe.